welcome back to the channel. We've got another accessory slash part out for review today. This is in the way of Bear Creek Arsenal. This is one of their 20-inch heavy profile 223 Wild barrels. Now this one's a little bit different. I wouldn't, most barrels are kind of, the same thing versus, kind of the specs and features. But this one was a little bit different, so I thought it might warrant its own video. These come in right around, they're less than $90 a piece. This is 20-inch rifle length gas system. But interestingly enough about this one, of course, if you look, let me try and wipe some of the packing oil off this thing here. There we go. So it is a full profile up to the gas block journal here. And I mean, it's a thick boy. Yeah, I know that's what she said, obviously. But 4150 chromoly steel, parkerized finish, rifle length gas system. But if you look here, it has an 11-degree target crown, so it's non-threaded. This is a 1-in-8 twist 223 Wild chambering. Excuse me, I'm kind of still fighting a cold here. The barrel is dimpled for the gas block, so that's a really nice touch there. But I thought this might be interesting enough to do a video on. We're going to put this in an upper. We're going to put it on our SPR lower, one that I have a little bit better trigger in, give it its best chance at success out at 110 yards. Put a few different rounds through it. We'll try some match grade stuff, maybe a hand load, and see what kind of groups it'll hold out at 110 yards. I don't know, I just thought it was something kind of interesting. You don't see a whole lot of barrels that are target crowned. So for the price, I figured we'd take a look at it and see how it does. So let me get this put in an upper, and I'll grab that lower and meet you guys back at the hide. All right, so we made it back to the hide. We've got our Bear Creek Arsenal target barrel here mounted up to our upper, setting on our SPR lower, CMC flat blade trigger, all that good stuff. But I've got 4 different loads we're going to try at 110 yards. First one being some 77 grain Match King over 23.2 grains of Varget. So this has been a very good load for a lot of different rifles I've had out here at the hide. So we'll try this, and I will let the barrel cool in between each of the 5-shot strings, try and help it give it the best possible outcome we can. But starting off with our hand loads here, 110 yards, and you guys can follow along the shot cam. All right, there's our last one there. Doesn't look too bad through the scope. So I'm going to let the barrel cool for a few minutes, and then we're going to we'll try 5 rounds of the Saber Black Tip. This is that 75 grain stuff from Palmetto, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so we've got 5 rounds of our 75 grain Saber Black Tip loaded up here. 2,700 feet per second, so we may actually be getting pretty close to that with this 20-inch barrel. But this is a 5.56 round, and you can see annealed brass. This is a great looking round, guys, and relatively inexpensive as well also. So definitely something you want to keep in mind if you're looking for a, kind of a quality. I wouldn't go maybe as far as match grade ammo, but it's most definitely better than just 5.56 bulk. So. Plus you get the benefits of the 75 grain projectile. So let's see what this stuff does at 110. Oh, didn't lock the bolt back. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna let the barrel cool down again, and then we're gonna switch to some 55 grain polytip Fiocchi. So that'll definitely be a little bit interesting, kind of compare and contrast between the different load types and grain weights. Now this is a 1 in 8 twist, so it should favor the heavier stuff a little bit more, but we'll see what happens with a little bit lighter round. Okay, so 5 rounds of our 55 grain Fiocchi, the polytip stuff. You can see the red polytip there on those rounds. Now I've shot quite a bit of this stuff over the years. I really like this round. Kind of in later years it's been pretty tough to find this load, but if you can find it, I definitely say jump on it, because it is a heck of a shooting round in a lot of different guns that I've tried it in. So let's see if it holds true with this one here. Definitely moving a little quicker. Oh man, it does not like this. Okay, I totally made myself eat my words there. Wow, that shot like complete ass. Dang. Okay, so let's let it cool. We'll regroup a little bit, and then we're going to shoot 5 rounds of just some PMC bronze, just regular old plinking ammo that I'm sure you guys have shot as well. So we'll try 5 rounds of this and just see if it will hold a group. All right, final group, 55 grain PMC, just some Full Metal Jacket boat tail. Try this at 110 and see if we can do at least a little better than what that Fiocchi did. So stand by here. Let's see what we can do. So definitely nothing too impressive out of those last 2 loads. Let me run down. I'm going to grab our paper target. I'll let you guys see the barrel, and we'll get some final thoughts on this one. Okay, so here's our target. So here is the first load we did. That was this hand load here that I keep kind of on hand for just general match use, I guess. But 77 grain SMKs over 23.2 grains of Argot. And that's not bad, guys. I'll take that any day of the week. Now, of course, I always have to have my dropped shot here on the first one. But honestly, I equate that to that trigger. That CMC trigger, I mean, it's light, don't misunderstand me, but I really do not care for flat blade triggers. So I'm giving myself a mulligan with that trigger. And then second up, we had the Saber Black, this stuff here, 75 grain. Now this is the black tip load here. Great looking round, great looking round. And as you can see, it definitely did not disappoint. We have 4 shots here basically in a hole. And then of course we got my one here because I can't shoot. But guys, this is an $83 barrel. 83 bucks for that barrel. And you're getting results like that. I'll take that any day of the week. Now, our 55 grain stuff was absolutely not impressive. I could have probably did better than that with a 410 shotgun, but nonetheless, you can see kind of what it is. Now, granted, these are not match loads. This is a 1 in 8 twist, so it does stand to reason that the heavier grained weight projectiles would fare a little bit better. But I was expecting a little bit better out of that 55 grain poly tip stuff. I have shot that in a number of different rifles, and it has printed MOA group after MOA group. So I don't know, maybe this barrel just doesn't like it. The only thing I did to this barrel was install it on the rifle. After that, I drug a dry patch through it, as I do with all new uppers, and that's it. I didn't do anything else to this other than shoot it. So what you see is what you get. Now, here's the last group with our PMC bronze, just some 55 grain FMJ stuff. Pretty much about what you'd expect. If we'd have had this one maybe up in here, that would have been pretty respectable, but I'm absolutely stoked with that right there. I think with a little bit more time using up that trigger, and honestly, I may end up replacing that trigger. I'd really rather have a nice 2-stage in that lower, but nonetheless, that is the excuse that I'm going to use today. But let me get you guys a close-up of the barrel itself again out here in the daylight. Now again, granted, it looks kind of like a monstrosity. I didn't have a longer handguard. I ordered one, but it hasn't got in yet, and I was tired of waiting and I wanted to shoot it. So nonetheless, here is the barrel. There is the target crown. Let me see if I can get it to focus in on that a little bit better. Just like so. As you can see, there's the 1 8 twist designation right there. And like I said, this is a 223 Wild. But yeah, so let me know down in the comments, guys. Like I said, for 83 bucks, really? Don't sleep on Bear Creek barrels. I mean, I'll be honest with you, they get a lot of hate, and some of it is deserved. I'm not gonna lie, it is. They bring a lot of it on to themselves. However, as far as like barrels go, very seldom have I ever had an issue with their barrels. They typically shoot really, really good, especially the 223 and the 5.56 barrels. Now, I've had a couple of wonky ones, you know, as far as like the 6.5 Creed, the 243, but the 308 and the 5.56 223 barrels, they have actually shot spot on for me. So let me know down in the comments, what has been your experiences with their barrels? Have you had any that shot good? Have you had some that possibly haven't shot so well? Let us know that too. But if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. If you'd like to support the channel a little bit further and get something in return, hit us up over on the Teespring. That'd be greatly appreciated. Get yourself a hide t-shirt and you know, kind of share the channel with everybody. That would be greatly appreciated as well. But appreciate it, guys. Hit me up over on the Facebook page. As always, shoot straight. Later.